Hazbin Hotel Season 1 Episode 5 Dad Beat Dad is directed by Vivian Medrano. Charlie struggles with asking her father Lucifer for help. Meanwhile, an unexpected new arrival shakes things up at the hotel. Now, so far I've been really enjoying this series. I thought the first 4 episodes are really good. And while I did have problems with the second episode, I will say, it is starting to come around to me more. I'm starting to enjoy it a whole lot more. It's now like a good 8 out of 10 for me. Like the music, the story is starting to warm up to me. The structure of it all and how it was played out. I still felt like it was a lot, but it's starting to be a bit easier to digest more. And it's definitely one of the more fun episodes. So it has that going for it. So that's like my mini re-review for episode 2. If you guys want to know my thoughts on that. With this, in episode 6, I think the show is starting to pick up a whole lot. Like episode 4 and on, like it seems like the show is getting even better and more emotional. With episode 5, we get to focus more on Charlie's family side of things and how much of an impact her father had and didn't had on her life. Where despite him being pretty absent, the relationship between these two characters still feels strong. And we see Lucifer at one of his more lower points of his life. And I kind of like how we get to see Lucifer at this state, because throughout the show, from the pilot, where we think that he is the big overlord, then we learn about how he became a fallen angel, and then we learned about how he and his wife were separated, and then now we're seeing him at this depression state. So the show is, throughout the entire season, has built up to Lucifer and his downfall. Like, he's still considered a big shot, the top of hell, but we gradually start to learn about him, and when we see him at the state, it actually felt natural and it didn't come out of nowhere, because we learned quite a bit about him, at least a little bit enough to know how he ended up the way he did here, but still left a little bit behind for us to learn later on about his relationship with Charlie. And that kind of brings in the conflict with him and Alistair here, where it seems like it's a father battle. Like, Alistair does seem to care about the hotel, maybe, or not. That's still a bit of a mystery, but we do know that there's something about Charlie that he just wants to hold on to. And I feel like that's going to be explored later throughout the rest of the season, or seasons, because Alistair also wants to keep some things hidden about what he learned about the angels in one of the previous episodes, and so we don't know what's going on with Alistair, which creates a lot of fun moments as we kind of understand why he is having this power struggle between Lucifer and himself. But also, we are kind of tense as we don't know what his nefarious plans are. As we also, in the official season, learn about how his upbringing was brought up. And while we did learn a lot of this in the pilot, this is good for anyone who didn't see the pilot, that missed out on that. They don't need to go back and watch that. They can just watch a few scenes here and understand the backstory and history of Alistair here. So while for me personally, I kind of already knew this and this is just rinse and repeat, I do understand why for a general audience they would explain the backstory here. Now, for the music, again, the first song, just jump straight into it. And while I did think that the third episode had a problem with just starting a song out of nowhere, it just didn't feel natural, here it did feel more natural, as the build-up between Alistair and Lucifer felt like it was leading up to this moment, and we were just waiting for that crack. And so I feel like this jump to this song was a lot better than in episode 3. That's still one of my problems with that episode, just that one song and how it started. Here, it just felt much better. And then the later song, which concludes the entire episode, was just fantastic. I am just messing up my words now. It was just fantastic. The way it was sung, the way it told the story and backstory between Charlie and her father, how we learned how they truly still feel about each other, and how Lucifer's past affected him so much that it makes him struggle to figure out if he wants to support Charlie or not, because we do know that he still loves his daughter, but because of his experiences with Hazbin, you understand why he is concerned about Charlie and her idea for this hotel. You understand why he wouldn't support it immediately because of his experience. But that family tie-in is just strong enough for him to make his final decision, which I'll just leave that spoiler out of this review. Overall, I found the story here to be very engaging. The music and animation on point. The pacing of it all I found was perfect. This was one of the more better paced episodes of the entire season, and I really enjoyed how each song started and how it told the story. Overall, this is a great episode, and I really enjoyed myself watching it, and I have a lot to say about the next one, but we'll just leave it at that. Go watch this next episode. You won't regret it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys next time.